To create a brick pattern, you're going to start by creating some horizontal lines on the front of your building, and then we're going to make descending lines on the side of our building using the vanishing point. So that looks like this. First, line your ruler up, making sure that it is horizontal, checking those different lines to make sure it's nice and straight, and go ahead and start making your horizontal lines. Be sure to skip over any windows or doors because we would end up having to erase those extra lines anyways. Personally, I like to start the brick at the end of my building just because I do already have my windows and doors on there. That just helps with the erasing at the end if that's already done. Okay. So we're going to fill this entire side up with horizontal lines. Try to eyeball it and keep them as evenly spaced as you can. Okay, now for the descending lines, each of these horizontal lines will now connect to the vanishing point. Okay, so since this is above our horizon line here, this one's going to angle downward. And you'll notice that the closer I get to my horizon line, which is where my sky touches the ground, as I kind of rotate this around, my line is going to become flatter and flatter as I go to my vanishing point. Now, since I'm getting ready to drop below my horizon line here, now my lines are going to switch and they're going to angle upward. Make sure that you don't just do the same horizontal line going all the way down the side of your building. That would be incorrect. Each of these must utilize the vanishing point. And it's totally normal and correct for your lines to kind of switch direction as they're descending to the vanishing point. Okay, next we're going to create some vertical lines to make the actual brick pattern. Now, if you wanted it to look maybe like shiplap or siding, you could totally leave your lines just like this. If you're wanting to turn it into a brick pattern, all we need to do, darken up that line, all we need to do is add some vertical lines now. So I'm going to line this up with the side of my building, and every other line is going to get a vertical line. Okay, on my next row, I'm going to skip this first line and I'm going to alternate. So now I'm going to do the opposite line. Scoot this over, go back and follow that first pattern of every other line. And by creating these alternating vertical lines, it's going to give you that staggered brick pattern. Okay, so the face of our building is done. I'm going to fix the bottom of my windows here. Okay. Now for the side of my building, these lines are still going to be vertical. Just like the back edge of my building is vertical, this front corner is vertical. Your vertical lines stay vertical. Your horizontal lines are the ones that change. So again, I'm going to alternate, do every other line, scoot your ruler over, do the opposite. Just like that. And now we have some brick. Okay. A few other details that you can add to your buildings. You can add signs on the side of your building or on the top of your building. If you're doing a sign up here on the top and it's facing the front, maybe I'll switch over here to this guy. You're going to start by making just a little rectangle just barely above the building. Okay. And then a few vertical lines. Okay, so it looks kind of like a billboard. Then you can create two little vertical lines, like it's kind of connected to the building. If you're wanting to make this look a little three-dimensional, just like the fronts of our building, we can connect our lines to our vanishing point. Okay, and since this is above the horizon line, we would actually see the bottom of it. So you can add that in as well. Okay, then you can add some font to the front of your billboard. Maybe this is the, let's make it the art store. Okay. If you're wanting to do a sign on the side of your building, we will start with our vertical lines. Okay. The top and the bottom of that sign will go to the vanishing point. So we'll have some descending lines. Let me get my vertical line in here. I didn't have it in the right spot. There we go. Okay, then if we wanted to see the side of this sign here, we would see just a little tiny rectangle with horizontal and vertical lines. And then we could draw the bottom of the sign as well, which would go to the vanishing point. And then this line back here, we're actually going to line it up, it's going to be horizontal because it has to be parallel to this. So we're going to slide that down and draw our little line over, and then you can draw your vertical little post connecting it to the building. Now any font that would be on this would also have to appear like it's going to the vanishing point. So what I like to do is sketch out a very, very light line. Actually, I don't have a ton of room, so I'm just going to kind of make my font fit in here. So maybe this is a donut shop. So I'm going to write the word donuts. But I kind of want to make it fit inside of my sign. Okay, so I'm going to add some images to this sign. Maybe it's a sports complex, so I want to just add maybe some balls on there. I'll do a baseball. Maybe a basketball. Maybe a baseball bat. Okay, whatever you'd like to add.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, a nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now say the elementary pledge. Adults, it is my job to keep you safe.
Students, it is my job to help keep it safe. Lunch for today is Pizza Hut, pepperoni, steamed broccoli, cucumbers, pears. Alternate for today is Smucker's Uncrustable with string cheese.
And our daily commitment for today, walkers, when you exit the building, you should not be hanging around on the playground. You should leave to start to go home immediately. That is really important for safety because we have staff stationed at the roads to help with crossing. So we need to make sure that we are not hanging out on the playground. And it is day 3 of Diabetes Awareness Week. Have you visited the cafeteria to place your guests yet? The deadline is tomorrow, so don't forget to do that today. Why do we celebrate diabetes awareness in November? We celebrate in November because November 14th is the birthday of Sir Frederick Banting, who is the researcher who helped find and perfect the use of insulin in 1921. Do you remember from yesterday why insulin is so important? Because it helps us get energy from the foods we eat. Like all events that have awareness days, weeks, or months, diabetes awareness in November is to help people know and understand diabetes better. It helps to know the symptoms, and it helps to know that people with diabetes, if they have an emergency, that you can help them. Stay tuned tomorrow, and we'll share answers to both of these topics during announcements. Diabetes awareness also motivates people to donate to diabetes research to help find a cure. Speaking of donating, we collected nickels yesterday, and the results are in, drum roll please, in first place currently with over $36 raised. Mrs. Vermont's class, but we have a couple of classes that are right on their tails, about ready to catch them up. Today we are taking dimes, so we'll take those in and see if anyone can take over